Hello, good to see you. Saurav Raghunath is here. Am I audible this time? This time the mic is in my hand. Am I audible? Please say yes or no. Can you hear me? Yes, clear. All right, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Namrata Neil, hello. Krishna Veni, hello. Good evening. Good evening, madam. Govinda Kanha Sarkar, hi. Swati is saying, Namaste, sir. Good to see you back on YouTube. Well, great to be back. Thank you, Swati ji. Sumon Adak, yes. All right. Up, Apramya Mathur, hello. Satya Punia ji saying, good evening. Okay. Komal Maru, yes. Audible. Deepak Thakkar, yeah. Varun Chambyal, भाई साहब बड़े दिन बाद. Govind sir, all right, great. Thank you for your confirmation. Um, okay, so Natalia Mool is saying hello. Chandana Chavan, consult. Oh, yes, of course. I remember you. It's almost 1 year, almost. I was checking the mails. Nice to see you, Chandana ji. I hope you are fine with your family. Arul Selvi Chandra Mohan is saying hello. Shivani Pandey, Hare Krishna. Nice to hear you. Okay. Vinita Nair is saying first time here. Thank you for all your good work. Well, my pleasure. Saurav Raghunath, how was your tour? Please tell us. Yes, I was in New Delhi, India for 3 days. My tour was fantastic. I had done two recordings with Nitin Kashyap ji. He will be uploading them to your channel, to his channel, and I will see if I can also upload them. But YouTube doesn't allow you to upload the same video in two channels. So, but yeah, I will surely post the link of that video to my community page, and those recordings were in Hindi, and I had the great pleasure of staying in Aman Bediji's house, being hosted by his wonderful, most amazing parents, uncle and auntie. And a big thank you to his father and mother, and such amazing hospitality. His mother had almost cooked all the three meals that I had eaten all the days. Yeah, sometimes I had gone outside to meet some of my other friends, but yeah, most of the time she was there. And uncle was also amazing as usual. He had taken me around Delhi. And then I had met Nitin Kashyap ji from Astro Life Sutras channel. And as I said, I did two recordings in the famous Tal Katora garden in New Delhi. There's a very beautiful garden there. You will see the video. It's really amazing. The not the content maybe, but but the background is really amazing. Content also you might like it. Okay, so should I say, or okay, let him release and let you all get the surprise. Okay, so I have not asked when will he upload, but as soon as he uploads, I will post the link to my community page. Okay. Okay, and then I also had the great fortune of meeting Gitanshu ji. His videos you might have seen in Aman Bediji's channel, and also um, with we three had done a recording last year April on Navamsha and some other topics. So it was really great meeting them. And I had also met Manideep ji. As usual, he has to be there in the list. He had come from Mathura all the way 3 days just for me. He had uh, left everything, his family, his kids, and he just came to New Delhi to stay. And I visited some other people, their houses also, and some other people also came to meet me. It was a great time interacting with so many people in New Delhi. It's like amazing. And it was a very enlightening experience meeting Nitinji and Gitanshuji. We discussed a lot of things for almost hours, especially with Nitinji. Almost 6 hours we were just going on talking about Jyotish and different combinations of different placements of different people, different behaviors, psychiatry, psychology. These are the things we were discussing, right? All right. So now many of you had requested me for this Rahu transit into Rohini Nakshatra. Rahu has transited into the nakshatra of Rohini, which is the red color, and so I'm wearing red today. And he will be there till around October, around. So till the end of October, you will be feeling this energy. So it's almost the whole year, last except the last 3 months. Okay, 2 months, I would say. So this is a very interesting transit. I will start speaking about it, but I will just see if somebody has any generic questions or specific queries. Sync with the universe. Sing. Your inspiration got me create 3 YouTube channels. Thank you for all your spiritual guidance. Wow, amazing! 3 channels. You could please write the name of your channels. I would love to see them. All right. Anti HA Anonymous. Jai Shri Krishna. Pallavi ji is here. Jai Shri Ram. All right. Om Namah Shivaya. Okay. Rumi Chatterjee is saying, how are you doing, sir? I'm good. I hope you're good too. After a long time, yes. Kankana Banerjee on time today. Okay. Please say God is there with you all the time. Just look to him and you'll find him. I just said. Okay. So let's start discussing on this most amazing transit of Rahu into the nakshatra of Rohini. Rohini is a beautiful nakshatra. It's the favorite nakshatra of the moon. Okay, and therefore, this nakshatra can give us things which no other nakshatra can give actually. So therefore, whenever Rahu transits in any particular nakshatra, whichever nakshatra, it's Ardra, Mrigashira, Rohini, you will always find that things become very active and very lively related to those nakshatras. Okay. So what does Rohini Nakshatra represent? Rohini Nakshatra represents so many things, it's like endless. Firstly, it represents Lord Krishna because he was the one who was born in Rohini Nakshatra. Okay. So, so therefore, and it also represents this parenting and, taking this foster parenting, especially. Okay. Or even Kritika Nakshatra signifies yeah, these kind of things, adoption and all this. So things related to children, child care and all this, these will come into limelight. So if you are in any field where you are planning to help people who are already having children, then this can be a wonderful opportunity. Okay. For example, suppose you want to open an online e-commerce store where you can sell things related to kids, okay, babies, below 1 year, below 2 years, 3 years, up to 3 4 years, not 3 4 years, I would say up to three maximum. Okay. So it's a great time if you want to invest in companies who are dealing with all this, websites and organizations, startups. Okay. Anything to do with children, child care, parenting. Okay. Counseling, how to parent properly, how to behave properly with your child, how should a child behave with the parents. Okay. These are the things which Rohini Nakshatra is going to signify primarily. And then you also have these other traits of Rohini. Rohini has one challenge though. It's full of jealousy sometimes. Okay. So therefore, we have to make sure that we do not get into this show of business, because Rohini has this trait related to show off, showing off people how great and how amazing their lives are, yet they feel very empty inside. Okay. um, Somebody is asking, can you talk ascendant wise? See, this video is not, ascendant, sun sign, moon sign prediction. Okay, because why I will tell you why. Because these things don't work. Okay, you may be of any ascendant, it doesn't matter, but whatever is in your dashas, they will manifest. Okay, so the transits will help you to see in which form the dashas can manifest. Okay, but they cannot give you they cannot give or take away things from you. Many times people say, oh, Jupiter transited my 12th house, so I lost my career or job, or I had a divorce or something like this. No, that's not the reason. It's not because of transits. All right, so it is because of the dashas. If dashas indicate, then that could happen. All right, so YouTube is sufficiently filled with this useless rubbish and garbage of ascendant wise, sun sign, moon sign based predictions. You can do it for Jupiter and Saturn, and that too. Even when I make those videos, I very clearly tell that don't go by these 5 minute predictions. Look at your chart, your dashas. Only then you can get specific predictions which are only for you. Okay, because Jupiter may transit in Aquarius, in some days, and again go retrograde. Okay, but that doesn't mean your life will have ups and downs necessarily. Okay, or you will have achievements or downfalls anywhere. It's not necessary. Why? Because that only happens if your own dashas of your birth chart, the time when you are born, if that chart indicates, only then these things happen. Okay, so now, regarding Rahu in Rohini, as I said, so Rohini has this challenge of being trying to show everybody that how amazing they are. Okay, and especially I have seen people in Rohini, they're always obsessed about showing off their spouse. Okay, I've seen that. Oh, how attractive my spouse is, how rich my spouse is, how smart, how beautiful my spouse is. All right, they can show themselves, but if the seventh lord or the 11th lord is in Rohini, or the third lord, sometimes I've also seen, they have this addiction of showing off, their partner, and especially they will make sure that everybody is envious of them because of their spouse. Oh, look, the spouse is so amazing, I wish I had such an amazing spouse. That's typical Rohini behavior. So do not give into these temptations. Okay, because if you make people envious by presenting your spouse, by showing them more than who they are, then sometime if something goes wrong, then you will also have to take all the defaming. Okay, so so therefore it's not good to do show off. Okay, it's there's nothing wrong in earning money or enjoying up to the quota of the scriptures. There's nothing wrong in that. All right, so if you have a great spouse, very good, congratulations, nothing wrong, but please don't use them as a showcase. Don't use them as a trophy. Okay, don't just show them yes, it's the Miss Universe or Mr. Universe. All right, please do not do that. Okay, that will later on cause a lot of defaming. So this is something which you should watch out. And then Rohini Nakshatra also has this trait of Shatranjit. That story is there of Shyamantak jewel, Lord Krishna. Okay, Lord Krishna was falsely accused of stealing the this Shyamantak jewel. Okay, and then there was a lot of chaos, and then finally Lord Krishna brought back the jewel. And then he was proven to be all the allegations were proven false. Okay, so therefore Rahu represents all these things. Okay, false allegations, these are represented by Rahu. Confusion, okay, creating mayhem, creating chaos outside, these things are represented by Rahu. uh, and if you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, that time, some of Krishna's close associates, you'll find this story in 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so you must read the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. You must read it. Okay, you will see it's mentioned there that some of Krishna's close associates. Okay, I won't tell the names. Let me see if somebody can write these close, some one or two of them. They also thought that Krishna had stolen this, Shamantak money, Shamantak jewel, okay, in relation to Shatranjit, okay. So therefore, it could happen that you might be falsely accused of something if in the horoscope you are running dashas of planets which are in the 8th or the 12th, or in the nakshatras of the planets which are indicating the 8th house or the 12th house. Okay, so in that case this could happen and you might be falsely accused. But one good thing happened was, Krishna and Jambavan is one of the great characters, stalwarts from the Ramayana, as we know. He was the one who had reminded uh, Hanuman of his powers, his prowess. Hanuman had forgotten all his powers when he was young, because when he was childlike, he used to taunt and to some extent belittle and torture the rishis. Not torture like adults do, but playing pranks and making fun. So the rishis had cursed him that you will forget all your powers that you have been granted by Lord Brahma, Yamraj, Indra, Varuna, Surya, Yama, and all these. And finally, one day when some guru or some great personality comes to remind you, only then you shall remember all your powers. Okay, so you can very beautifully see. Then Jamban reminded him, and this same Jambavan comes and fights with Lord Krishna. Okay, he fights with Lord Krishna for many, many, many days. Let me see if somebody can write in the comments. For how many days did Lord Krishna and Jambavan fight? And ultimately, what happened? Lord Krishna had defeated Jambavan. Okay, because nobody can defeat Lord Krishna. That's not possible. But Jambavan, he's also not an ordinary personality. He is the son of Lord Brahma himself. He's directly the son of Lord Brahma. Okay. Okay, and then what happened was he was also great devotee of Lord Ram. Okay, that also empowered him unlimitedly. And then finally, Jambavan and Krishna, they were fighting, and then finally Jambavan, he became extremely tired. He was like on the verge of death. And then Jambavan said to Lord Krishna that there is only one personality in this entire universe who can defeat me. Who is that? Yes, it is none other than Lord Ramachandra himself. Except Lord Ram, there is nobody in this entire universe who can challenge me, who can even dare to look into my eyes. What to speak of fighting and what to speak of defeating me, you know. Hmm. Once he had punched Ravana on his back, and Ravana fell back many yards. So I mean, the person who can kick off Ravana for many yards, imagine how powerful he would be. He's known as Riksharaj. Okay, and then Jambavan said, because Lord Ram is the only one who can defeat me, and today you are the second person who has defeated me. So therefore, you must be Lord Ram himself. You are non-different from Lord Ram himself. All right. And then Lord Krishna also gave him the darshan of Lord Ram to Jambavan. So therefore, and then he requested Lord Krishna to marry his daughter Jambavati. Okay, and then Lord Krishna married her also. So therefore, it's a beautiful thing that you might be accused and you might go and do so many things, and later on you might get something in return. Who knows? All right. So of course that will depend on your horoscope, what is going on, and which planets dashas are you running, which houses they are signifying, where are the nakshatra lords of these planets they are sitting. Okay, so for example, if you're running the dasha of Venus, and then your Venus is in Kritika Nakshatra, for example, where is Sun sitting? Because Sun is the lord of Kritika. Okay, Sun's placement is even more important than the planetary placement. Okay, because he's the lord of the nakshatra. Okay, please do not forget that. Okay, okay, yeah, the thing is, so it could happen that you are falsely accused, and then when you try your best to come out of it, you are proven to be free from guilt. But at the same time, just like Lord Krishna and Jamvati got married, it could happen that you might get some other treasure. Who knows, anything could happen. And then we also have the story of the other wives of the moon becoming envious of Rohini, because the moon was very much attracted to Rohini and he never used to visit any other wife. Okay, so therefore, if you are in a authority position, then it is very crucial that if you have a subordinate who you favor too much, then the other subordinates might get envious of that particular subordinate. Okay, it could happen like that. So if you are in a managerial position, then please make sure that you do fair justice for your subordinates. Okay, just because you like somebody, don't just promote them or give them whatever you want. All right, because then this might backfire, and later on, just like Daksh Prajapati had cursed Chandra, your boss might fire you. All right, so these things could happen, and especially if regarding to boss and Daksh Prajapati, I just remember, uh, it's also important that you maintain good relation with your father-in-law. All right, that is also very crucial, because sometimes if you anger the father-in-law, then he might do things and you might lament later and regret. All right, so there are so many other things I will say, but some more questions and queries I'll see. Sindhuja Bangar is saying, recently I saw mantra marathon. In that, while chanting one mantra two times, you flip the mala for the second time chanting. The same applicable to chanting four mantras a single time. You flip the mala for second time. I do not understand your question, Sindhuja ji. See, you should chant one mantra, okay, like Om Namo Narayana. This you chant 108 times, okay. Then once it is complete, then you flip the mantra. Why? Because when you start, you are just next to the Guru bead, the bead which represents the Guru, okay. So when you complete 108, you come to the bead which is just next to the Guru bead. So you are not supposed to cross that and go to the first beat again. So you should uh, turn it. Okay, yeah, you should flip it, correct. So that is true, that's true for any number of rounds. You chant 1,000 rounds, 4 rounds, 2 rounds, just doesn't matter. Okay, and many times people chant mantras in a wrong way, like they are chanting like this Om Namo Narayana, then they will chant Om Namo Bhagavate Narsimhaya. No, not like this. You should chant one mantra 108 times fast, then you should chant the next mantra. Okay, you should not chant like uh, four mantras together and then again four mantras. No, this is the wrong way of chanting. All right, we should not do it like this. All right, many people do, but this is not correct. Please don't do it. Okay, take one mantra at a time and then chant. It will be really good. Do it for 108 times, then you go to the next. Okay. You mentioned RA is saying you mentioned 8012 F possible false allegations. How about effect on the other houses? No, this is an example. See, that's why I said it depends on your chart. Okay, so now if the seventh house and eighth house are linked and there are some difficult placements, okay, then it could happen that you might anger your father-in-law. Okay, that could happen because Daksh Prajapati was very angry. Okay, Or if the eighth house, 12th house, they represent defamy and loss of status, name, fame, reputation. So they can give you things like false allegations. Okay. Ankit Kumar is saying Moon in Rohini in third house. Now Rahu coming here. What will happen? I am going through Rahu Dasha. Yeah, please check your entire horoscope. Okay. Personal horoscope queries. Okay, Ananya Shriram is saying, what about Mrigasira? I'd made the video, I guess. Rahu in Mrigasira. You could please watch. Okay. Shweta Vora is saying, good evening. Shubhro M. Chaudhary is saying, sir, not only Lord Krishna married Princess Jamavati, he also got married to Satyabhama. Oh, yes, definitely. 100%. 1000%. Thank you very much for saying this. Yes, at the end, he also got married to Satyabhama. Beautiful. Very nice. My Singh is just too good to be part of the live chat. Nice to see you, Maiji. Great to have you here. Smith Kashyap is saying how Rahu gives us spiritual knowledge along with material prosperity. Now, many times people think that Rahu will give us spiritual knowledge. Okay, spiritual knowledge doesn't come from Rahu; it will come from Jupiter. Okay, so irrespective of where your Jupiter or Rahu is or wherever they are transiting, unless you do spiritual practices every day, you will not get any spiritual knowledge. Okay, knowledge will not just descend from the sky and you'll just one day you'll become enlightened. It won't be like this. So the easiest way to gain spiritual knowledge is by doing two things, associating with a spiritual community and reading spiritual books yourself alone in the morning. All right, these are the two easiest ways you can do. Whichever way you are comfortable, you should do it, but eventually you should go and join some spiritual community. Okay, so Rahu will give you it will give you some realizations. Okay, actually Rahu doesn't give realizations, Saturn gives you realizations. Rahu will give you materialistic desires, and Rahu will show you that look, I tempted you and you fulfilled your desire, but look, you are still unhappy, because Rahu is never happy, he's never satisfied, he's always searching for more and more. Okay, so therefore when you are trying to enjoy materially, and then eventually when you are frustrated, then when you are already in tune with the scriptural vibration from the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, of course, then you will realize, oh yes, in the scriptures this is said that you will running behind materialistic pleasure beyond a certain extent is like running behind a mirage. Okay, you will never find happiness beyond a certain extent. Okay, so this is exactly what Rahu does. But there are many people who will just run. All right. So just by Rahu changing nakshatra, you will not get any spiritual knowledge. Okay. Spiritual knowledge will come only when you do spiritual practices and associate with your gurus and sadhus, especially. That is the only way you can get spiritual knowledge. Otherwise, Rahu will come, he will give you some material desire, either it's fulfilled or not, that depends on your chart. Suppose it is not fulfilled, then you are in depression, you are unhappy, you are sad, you are lonely. And if it is fulfilled, then you just get another desire. You are broke, you wanted to become a millionaire, now you want to become a billionaire, but you are still broke. If being a millionaire, you are hankering always after money to become a billionaire, and you are like, I can't sleep unless I become a billionaire, because then you will even not be able to sleep. When you are a billionaire, you will want to become a trillionaire at that time. All right. So if you are a millionaire, that's great, nothing wrong in that, but be satisfied and earn earn in the precept of dharma. All right, do not cross the codes of the scriptures just to earn money, so that's not good. All right, somebody is saying Ar- is this Archana Dagga is saying Rahu transiting in Rohini, will padas also matter? Definitely it matters. All right, the fourth pada, when see Rahu always is retrograde, so it always transits the fourth pada first. Okay, so therefore when Rahu transits the fourth pada can be good or bad depending on your chart. So, for example, fourth pada can start giving you illusions. Okay, not hallucinations, illusions. Illusion means when you start getting these fantasies regarding, certain aspects of your life, or maybe this should have been like this could have been like this would have been like this if I would have done this, like this, like that. So all the ifs and buts will come when the fourth pada is there. And when the third pada comes, you will try to actively fulfill your desires. Okay, first the fourth pada acts in the mind, then the third pada translates into actions. Okay, and the second pada will give you a feeling that you have to sustain what you have. Competition is seen from the second pada, and then eventually the first pada comes and destroys everything. Yeah, that's how Rahu is. He's illusion, right? So don't fall into the trap. Okay. Sudhir Kumar Thakur is saying, please also talk about moksha combinations in horoscope. I have a video. You can type moksha exotic astrology. You will find MOKSHA. Chandana Chavan is saying, does the current Rahu placement support spiritual practices like mantra chanting, etc.? Well, that will depend on your chart, not by the current placement of Rahu. It could if your dashas are permitting, but irrespective of this, you can do spiritual practices. Okay. Anjali Kaushik is saying, how to avoid jealousy of others. Always feel it. I have moon in Rohini. Keep a low profile always. Okay. The more you show that you are opulent, you are beautiful, you are successful, you are rich, the more people will be jealous. Okay. So that's the first thing. Keep a low profile. Stop boasting about yourself. All right. I'm not saying that you do, Anjali ji. I'm just telling you what not to do in case you do it. Okay. So if you do not show now, you can express your happiness to your closed ones. There's nothing wrong, but generally the problem with Rohini is people in your close circles are very much envious of you, and you can't do much about it actually. Okay, so therefore try to maintain distance from those people who are envious of you, and do not boast in front of them. Okay, and keep a low profile, show that you have an average life. This is what I have seen. Okay, average life means, okay, somebody is married, I'm also married, somebody has children, I also have children, somebody has a career, I also have my career. All right, I don't have the most amazing career or the most amazing spouse in my in the entire world. So that is something. Or like buying luxury items and showing off all these things, furnitures, cosmetics, beauty, and all this. So stay away from all this. Okay, and of course you should change your association. So if you think that this always happens to you, then maybe you are not in the right place. Okay, Anjali Kaushik ji, you should go and associate with a spiritual community nearby your place. Hopefully you will find people there who are not envious. There also people will be there, some one or two will always be there who will always be envious and doing politics even in spiritual communities. But most of the people may not be like that, okay, like them. So change your association, change your circle. That's what you can do, and maintain a low profile. Okay, and you don't become jealous of others. Because if you are jealous of others, then you will want to show off more to pull them down, and that will make them more jealous of you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's, somebody is asking, is everything same for Rohini Asana? Should I keep low profile? Yes, definitely. All the Rohini Nakshatra people should keep a low profile. Okay. Be who you are. Don't pretend and show off that you are the most amazing creation of God. You could be, nothing wrong in that. You could be the most amazing person, but don't show that off. All right. Okay, yeah, this is what I was saying. And of course, Rohini is related to creation, it's related to Lord Brahma, and it's a Sthira Nakshatra. It's a great nakshatra to start things. It's a great time to start new things which you want to continue for a very long time. Okay, so these are the things which Rohini can signify, and of course, Rohini represents the feel good factor. The color red is signified by Rohini. Passion, obsession, to some extent, anger, hatred, jealousy. These are things which are signified by Rohini. So, therefore, when Rahu transits Rohini, it could mean that you are trying to control all this, but somehow the things are going beyond your control. All right, so therefore you must do spiritual practices, and if you have these tendencies inside, okay, and then you have to like focus more on self control, going inside, deep down inside. Why am I trying to pretend? Why am I trying to be somebody? Why am I trying to be this most special person? It can show inner lack of lack of inner happiness, inner faith, fulfillment, and all this. Okay, so yeah, this is how it can be. And Rohini, as I said, represents this feel good factor. So this could help you in your profession rather. Okay, profession in the sense, if you are into IT, then you can move into like front end development or user experience design, UX UI design and all this, or graphics, game designing. All right, these are the things which you could do. And of course, Rohini also represents cosmetics, beauty products. Okay, so if you're planning to take a course on makeup or beauty or anything like this, or you're planning to venture into this industry or anything related to this, then it's the best time. Okay, so these are the most amazing traits of Rohini Nakshatra. But as I said, every nakshatra has the downside. All right, the most challenging part of Rohini Nakshatra, in my opinion, as I have seen, is extramarital relations. Okay, and trying to hide things from your spouse. Okay, so secretly trying to flirt with somebody, or trying to look outside. All right, so so therefore please guard against this tendency. Okay, this is the mentality of Ravana. From the Ramayana, we see, Ravana had this tendency. He had so many wives, the most attractive, submissive, humble, chaste, charming, all the attributes of beauty that you could attribute to a lady. All these traits were there in his, not one wife, all the wives. All right, but he was very unhappy inside. Why? Because Lord Krishna says in the Gita, you are not this body, you are spirit soul. Okay, so he he could not realize this basic simple, this basic fact that how much ever I am happy in the material world, I will still be unhappy unless I am connected to the divine energy. Okay, in fact, it is said in the Ramayana that Ravana's wives, to charm Ravana's heart, they used to have, one, not eight types of eyeliners which they would put in their eyes. Why they would do this? Just to please their husband, please their husband Ravana, to charm him, or so that they are attractive. All right, these are the things they would do. But what happened eventually? The entire Lanka became a ghost town. Okay, why? Because of his unfulfilled lust. Okay, and everybody has lust, but the problem was he was not able to control. All right, so therefore, um, and therefore, uh, the rest is history. Okay, so therefore, these are the things which you need to take care and use this positively, and you will see that your life has changed. All right, so therefore, it's a wonderful nakshatra to do things, begin things which you need to do for a very long period of time. Okay, Radha Thi Thim is here. Good to see you right now in a Srimad Bhagavatam Hindi for Suriname and the Netherlands. God bless you watching this later. All right, thank you, Radha ji. Good to see your Srimad Bhagavatam messages and tags and the classes which you take or which you conduct. Please keep it up. Nice to know that. Okay. What is Saturn return in astrology? Saturn return is when your Saturn in transit reaches to the same point where your Saturn is in the birth chart. Okay. Two, three more questions I will take. Adil Fee Sky is saying, Sir, can we expect to see more of Krishna's Leela on Rahu Grast afflicted situation houses during the transit of Rahu in Rohini? You don't have to wait for any Rahu Ast or any Rahu Grast. All right, so you can read the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. There you will find Krishna Leela. Okay, you don't have to wait for any astrological event, it's not required. Priya Chaudhary is saying, I am a minimalist in using cosmetics, and although I am a Rohini ascendant, very good, keep it up. Subro M is saying, Sir, I work as an Hadoop Linux admin. Can I move to Hadoop field? Is it a good time to do so? Well, I can't answer that question. Sorry. There are thousands of things to look in a horoscope. Okay. Okay. Who are the 12 Mahajans? Mihir Modi is saying Mahajans are great personalities, as the two words signify. No, Mahajan. Maha means great, Jan means people. So Mahajans are great personalities, as Yamaraj says, Swambhu Narada Shambhu Kumaro Kapilo Manu Prahlado Janako Bhishmo Balirvaya Sakhi Vayam. So these are the 12 Mahajans, Swambhu is Lord Brahma, Narad Muni, then Swambhu Narada Shambhu, Shambhu is Lord Shiva, then Kumaras, the four Kumaras, okay, then Kapil Muni, yeah, then Bhishma Dev, all these Prahlad Maharaj, all these great personalities, they are the 12 Mahajans. They are mentioned explicitly in the sixth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, Yamaraj himself is one of the 12 Mahajans. All right, so they are the ones who exemplify Dharma. Okay, so whenever you have any doubt in life regarding what to do, what not to do, then you should see the lives of these great Mahajans. Okay, only then you will be able to follow the correct path. All right. So the Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with these 12 Mahajans. Okay. So please study more about them. Okay. Bhavya Modi is saying, why at the age of 40 to 45, those who have taken vow of celibacy, they fall down. See, that can happen if the practices that this monk has been doing, he becomes a little careless. Okay, so because of being careless, that happens. Okay. Okay, Anna is saying, what career should a Dhanishta Nakshatra woman should take? What career should a person born in India have? It's a question like that. Okay, so please do not go by all these unilateral predictions. Oh, Dhanishta Nakshatra, you should keep beating drums. Yeah, one day one of my subscribers, he had sent me a mail. He said, "Oh, I saw in one YouTube video, Dhanishta Nakshatra means you should keep playing drums." And he was like, "I'm not interested in playing drums. Could I just keep beating on drums everywhere?" All right. So now you might love to beat drums. Nothing wrong in beating drums, but what career should you have? That depends on where your sun is placed, your Saturn, Mercury, your Jupiter, these planets, your 10th lord, which planets are in the 10th house, the second house, sixth house, 10th house, and the 11th house. All right. So it's a hell lot of an analysis, not just like, oh, I'm Dhanishta, I'm a woman, I should, do this or do that. It doesn't work like that. I wish it did, but unfortunately, it doesn't. Okay, Rohini will Kunjal Bolade is saying Rohini will affect even if Lord Venus is a low degrees. Doesn't matter. It will always affect. Okay, one last question I shall take. One last question somewhere from between. Pallaviji is saying foolish wives trying to impress the biggest fool. She's talking about Ravana and his wives, I guess. Yes, that's very unfortunate. They were very chaste and very committed to him, but unfortunately, he did not deserve all this commitment and respect and love. So he perished, and they also suffered very badly afterwards. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. It was great. Almost 46 minutes. Lot of discussions on Rohini Nakshatra and the Srimad Bhagavatam. And the last thing, please study the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. All right. Otherwise, you will miss out on this beautiful transit of Rahu. Okay. Thank you very much. And I will also be interviewing Rafal Gendars from Berlin tomorrow, and I will be uploading the video soon. Okay. And as I said earlier, Nitin Kashyap ji and me, we both recorded two videos on psychiatry, psychology, and astrology, of course. Link between all this, and yeah, he will upload them very soon, and I will post it to my community page. Okay. So thank you, each and every one of you. Almost 150 people I see they joined. Great to have you online, and it's a Sunday. It's evening, almost 5:15 in India, 5:10, I guess. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. See you soon again. Okay, Jai Shri Ram.